Before this video starts, I need you guys to like, sub, and comment to what might be the worst YouTube channel there ever was in history. Jake Paul versus Ben Askren 2021. It's happening. Triller is going to be doing another boxing event in March of 2021. It was debunked, and Triller spokespeople said that Jake will be fighting in March. I think, but Ben is just one of a couple of potential opponents. Jake has proven people wrong so many times. He might win. I mean, it's a boxing fight. I've seen some people say, oh, Jake will get absolutely obliterated. Others say that Ben is a terrible fighter and that this is another easy win. Again, I don't know a lot about Ben as a fighter. I hope that Ben wins. I think he will be Jake's most, not toughest competition, but I think it will be the first time that if Jake does win, I'm not gonna be able to say this was a good fight, but this. If Jake does win, which honestly, I would not be surprised if he wins against this guy. People can be like, oh, you fought somebody who's like an actual fighter. Even though he's not a boxer, I think that him beating a UFC fighter is, I think, pretty impressive. If he comes out with the Nate technique or the Gibb technique, then that's a different conversation. This video to either go viral or one of you guys to post this on KSI's Reddit. Please, KSI, don't just fight now. Not wait for your music tour, because I feel like he's getting this false sense of confidence because he thought, oh, with the Logan fight, he beat him, and before that, he went on tour. But I don't think he can, because Jake fights Ben, and then he fights Dylan, and then he fights you, and he's able to knock both of those guys out the way he did Nate, or just win in general, or just KO them later on. I might have to side and say you're probably gonna lose, KSI. I'm just very concerned. I'm very concerned. I know KSI says he has nothing to worry about. I'm sure that they probably have already come up with a date. I think every KSI fan would agree with me that he should cancel his music tour, not do festivals, and should start training in January and have at least 2 pro fights against either an athlete or an MMA guy to prove his technique and his abilities and to just get better in fighting. Don't want to see your second album. I don't want that. I would rather have you go train, not get any videos from you, not get that second album, and beat Jake Paul. I feel like you're kind of self-sabotaging yourself by not... I know you're training, but if you're not, like, training consistently every day, it's like, what? Thing is, I know you can beat Jake easily. I know you can. I know you can. I believe in you, and just your skills and technique show that, and not in the Logan fight, in his spars and with Face Sensei. DJ Flores, who is Jake's coach, I truly, honestly, genuinely dislike him. I think he is a bit of a yes man. I do think he pushes Jake very hard. I think he is extremely knowledgeable, but I feel like he's a little overconfident. I watched like 2 interviews he did, and he said in one of them, like Floyd Mayweather could not knock out Nate the way Jake did. Are you on something? He said that, oh, Floyd doesn't have the same power that Jake does. And I'm like, it's comments like those that make me think you're maybe not as realistic with Jake as you need to be. Since that whenever somebody brings up an opponent against Jake, BJ Flores always says, oh, Jake's gonna win, Jake's gonna win. And that people present BJ and say, can your fighter beat him? He's always like, yeah, 100%. I feel like he never criticizes him. Like, I know that, like, as a trainer and as somebody that supports your fighter, you're not supposed to criticize them. But, like, look at Vidal. Like, Vidal was able to openly admit that KSI would lose against Jake if he fought the same way he fought Logan. Literally, the guy's profile picture is of Jake Paul hitting him, and that new friend that Jake has is a picture with Jake in them. These guys are clout chasers, they want money, and they are yes men. Here's the thing, you know, Jake has been saying that he's a huge draw and, you know, it's the future of boxing in his Instagram bio. But I think the reason why Jake's fights get huge traction is because he has a fan base, and they're pretty substantial, but mainly people just want to see him get knocked out. Once Jake Paul gets knocked out, Nate style, or he just gets KO'd or gets TKO'd or just loses, people aren't gonna care about him. He will never fight again, and he will say boxing is a rigged sport when Logan lost. I only watch the Jake Paul fights because I want to see him lose. When he loses, promoters, people, they're not going to be interested in him. He just does not bring in the numbers he used to. But I think that Jake does not want to go up against the best of the best, or he kind of makes some questionable choices about who he faces, because he knows that once he loses, there's no way back. So anyways, guys, like, sub, and comment. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!